And buying every possible dip in the market. The mid-cap index has almost recovered all of its losses. It's down just about 0.1% right now. And as Anuj was also mentioning, it's the IT space that's seeing big buying action, whether it's Wipro, L&T, Infotech, all well in the green. Angel Broking, by the way, second day, double-digit moves there, 13% higher on that stock. But we'll focus on one space, which is the electric vehicle space. There's so much action there. Sona Comstar is on our radar. The company and Israel's IRP Nexus Group have come together for a project that will manufacture a new powertrain and will market it globally. To discuss that, we're joined by Sanjay Kapoor, the chairman of Sona Comstar, to find out what the opportunities are in the EV space. Sanjay, good morning and thank you for being with us on the channel. I want to ask you a little bit about this e-motor technology for electric vehicles that you plan to jointly develop with this Israeli company. What kind of a potential do you see here? What is the investment involved and when will it come on stream?
So, we're still in R&D, in the R&D phase. We're developing a motor which will eliminate the rare earth materials, magnets, for example, because a lot of the magnets are bought from China. So we want to reduce dependence on the magnets. This will definitely help in terms of the cost of the motor. It'll also help in terms of making the motor lighter. The potential for this motor is huge as two-wheelers and three-wheelers go electric. It's an under 15 kV motor that we're looking to develop. And today the size of the two-wheeler market in India, is 20 to 25 million. The three-wheeler market is about 700,000 vehicles. Of course, these are still ICE, and the switch to electric vehicles is slower. And as that increases, the market size will continuously increase for us.
But when are you in the market with the product? By when?
So we're in R&D phase at the moment. We're developing the product, and we hope to have the product out pretty soon, depending on trials that we're doing at this stage. We're working with IRP, which is very advanced in motor development globally. So we're working with them, and like I said, we're still in R&D phase.
Can you give some approximate time at least? And when it comes, what is the size? Are buyers already speaking to you?
Yeah, so, currently the market is very small. It's, for example, I think it's about 25,000 in terms of electric vehicles from the two-wheeler space, but that's going to continuously increase. This motor is going to replace the existing motor. Currently, we're already supplying to the two-wheeler industry in India. This motor will replace the motor that we're supplying, again, because it will eliminate the rare earth materials like magnets.
Okay. Overall, for the electric vehicle market, Sanjay, you have about 14% of your revenues that comes from EVs alone. Almost 27 comes from the micro hybrid market. So a large chunk comes from this space. What kind of growth do you see? And, in terms of revenues, if you can pin some numbers to us, what will FY22 look like, FY23?
So, like I said before, the growth opportunity in the EV space is huge. It's about 30%, 36%, I think, year over year in terms of the EV space globally. And we're targeting, EV. All our investments are towards, the electric vehicle space. So we see great opportunity and potential in the EV space in terms of growth.
Things getting advanced. I mean, the Maharashtra government has offered some SOPs. So do you think the regime is moving closer than you expected?
I think the ecosystem that we're building is moving more towards the electric vehicle and in support of electric vehicles. And I think that's a great initiative. I think, a few states have come out with the EV policy. And I think, it's a good initiative. It's a good starting point. There's a lot of push towards electrification, building the ecosystem, building the infrastructure, building charging stations. These are going to be extremely important going forward. And I feel that, we're headed in the right direction as a country.
So what would your, opportunity be, particularly in India? Because of course, your large chunk of your EV business comes globally, but you have an India pie as well. What are you doing currently in the Indian market in EVs? And given that now many states like Maharashtra are pushing for, more electrification, what would the opportunity be for Sona Comstar?
So the current product we're producing or we're developing is for the two-wheeler and three-wheeler space. So we definitely see that as a huge opportunity. Like I said, the two-wheeler space is 21 million this year, last year, 21 million two-wheelers. And as they move to electrification, the market size will continuously grow for us.
Are you cannibalizing some of your own product then?
Well, I'd say we're switching our product.
All right. No, what I meant is-
currently,
yeah. No, what I meant
we
is-
do not supply to to the two-wheeler market. We supply only to the electric two-wheeler market.
Okay, okay. You gave us a number that you said said the addressable EV market would grow by 36% CAGR. What would your entire universe grow, you think? I mean, give us a longer term picture, say 2-3 years.
So, like I said, we'll grow with the market. As the market grows, we'll continue to grow. Most of our investment is going into EV EV-related capex. So you can imagine that we'll grow as the market grows. We'll continue
What
to
is
grow.
your? Yeah. Go ahead. But I wanted a number. That's what.
So this is all I can share at this point in time.
Okay. What's your domestic export split now, and domestic export split in EV products?
So majority of our EV is global. As you know, that the domestic market for EV is very, very small at this point in time. And as you rightly said, 14% of our revenue comes from electric vehicles. Therefore, a majority of our, almost all our electric vehicle production is export.
Okay. Since we're talking about exports, one of the not risk, but worry has been your over-dependence on Tesla as far as the EV business globally is concerned. How do you plan to address that? Any new customers that you've added or plan to add in the near future? And how much do you think Tesla will contribute to your EV business, say, a year from now?
So we've never said that Tesla is a customer. I don't know where you got that from. We've never sort of said that. So like I've always maintained that we have a large EV presence in the passenger car business globally, and we're well diversified in terms of customers.
Okay. All right. Okay. So in terms of margins then, if you can just give us a quick picture of how things are stacked up, because compared to your peers, your margins have been much better. 3 years now running, you've sat at about 28% margins. Given that raw material cost pressures are piling up, is it going to be hard to sustain these margins, or do you think that this is a trend that can continue?
Well, most of our steel is a pass-through, so the margins will, we will maintain those kind of margins. We've worked very hard in terms of building an efficient business, and we continue to manufacture in a very efficient way and deploy all the manufacturing sort of tools that require us to, build a more efficient business, and we hope to continue to hold these margins.
Okay, we'll leave it at that. Sanjay, thank you very much for joining us. All the very best for your innings in EV and more generally. Okay, we have to just shift back to the markets for a bit. It's able to buy the dips and maintain that, not losing, not yet below the 15,800 mark. So you would have to say it's looking resilient, especially in the mid-cap space. And the advanced declines is still 1:1 almost. So it does look like it's taken today's double whammy of global and domestic pressure in its stride.
I think too early to say that. First dip normally gets bought, Lata. So that was the point I was making, that the SGX Nifty low gives us a very nice trade, the first trade. After that, there can be a second dip as well, because especially if the global markets do not pick up, there's normally a second dip. And I think that second dip becomes more important, because after first dip gets bought, everyone gets excited that, okay, this was an opportunity to buy. But if the second dip comes, I think that could be very, very crucial. That is when the day low becomes important.
Okay, for now, the market once again is, slipping a bit. So 15,808 is where the Nifty is at. The Sensex is still down over 400 points. So we'll keep tracking the market for you. Let's take a short break. On the other side of the break, Sunil Chari, the promoter and managing director of Rossari Biotech, joins in. The company has made an acquisition 100% stake in TriStar Intermediates for 120 crores. We'll find out more about that in just a bit.